Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Guy Newcomb, the scoreboard guy, alongside, presented by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, Labor's Local 663, Central Bank of the Ozarks, your shelter insurance agent in your community, Doak Propane, Great Southern Bank, and the Bank of Billings. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Going to continue talking a little bit about the semifinals in high school football. We welcome to the show head coach of the Mexico Bulldogs, Coach Steve Haag. Coach Haag, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Coach, 10-2 on the season. You get a 20-7 win over Seneca this past week, and then prior to that, you kind of handed it to Blair Oaks. Talk about the last 2 weeks from a Bulldogs perspective.
Well, I think we, coming out of in districts, we wanted to set ourselves up to where we could have that bye week. We don't have a lot of players, so we had to keep them healthy and get them healthy for that final run. And the last 2 weeks kind of set up pretty nicely. Our guys were healthy. And when we got to Blair Oaks, it was kind of we knew they had a high-powered offense, and one of our things was make them snap the ball quite a bit. And we got out to a pretty fast start against them, got a pick from our free safety, Michael White, and then scored a touchdown off of that. And then we got a fumble recovery on their next possession and got another touchdown. And then, I thought one of the more impressive things was their high-powered offense. It took them probably about 8 minutes to score. And that was one of our goals, was just to get them to snap the ball. And they eventually did score, made it 14-7. Unfortunately, the hair kid goes out with a concussion. From there, we just kind of took the game over. I wish he'd have stayed in, because I think that we would have just had a chance. We were really rolling offensively. We really didn't stop ourselves to the second half, and we had a penalty that put us behind the sticks. And then playing just some clock, we decided to punt it and just run it out. And so that's how it kind of played out. And then going to Seneca, we knew they were improved. That Big 8 conference down there is a tough one. They play some blue collar football down there, tough nosed, and it's always tough to go into Seneca and win. And we went in there, and our guys said that it's probably the most physical game outside of Hannibal that we played all year. So they had us scouted well. They had a good game plan. And fortunately, our athletes got out into space a couple times, were able to score some touchdowns. And at the end, we were just able to, seal it with that 2 possessions and get out of there with a win.
As you're heading into this game on Saturday at 2 p.m., that'll be at St. Mary's. Are you guys healthy coming out? You come out of that Seneca game. I know it's week 14 and there's bumps and bruises just from football, but outside of that, are you pretty healthy going into this game?
I think so. We do a pretty good. I guess the big key word anymore is load management. You hear all that with the pro sports, but we dial back quite a bit during the week. It's kind of the Hayes in the barn mentality. It's a more mental. What are they going to do? What are they going to try to do? And the physical parts out of it during the week. So we give our guys a good opportunity to get recovered during the week. And, we're not popping pads as much. And I think coming out of that, we're a little bit sore, but of course, winning it makes you feel better. And I think as we get into Saturday, I think we'll be full go.
Outside of that, what challenges St. Mary's? What do they present for the Bulldogs? What are some things that you're going to have to take care of if you're going to come out on top?
Well, I think obviously he's the Coleman kid. He's I don't think there's a big enough web page for all the offers he has for the D1. And then I think they have probably 4 or 5 other guys that will end up in the Division I ranks before it's all over with. But the one thing that's, is of course one player. And, we get to see the Williams kid at Hannibal, who is another phenomenal person and, just another great talent. So we know what, that one person can do. I think when you look at a St. Mary's, you just kind of explain to the kids that when you have that many talented athletes on the field, it can get a little bit overwhelming. And so the one thing that we have to do is we just got to stay who we are. It allows them to do they're very sound on defense, but it allows them to do some orthodox things just because they have some talent and speed. And when you have that, you can do some things and take some chances, and they can do that. And then offensively, yeah, they've got the big old running back, and their quarterback can really distribute the ball. And of course, going back to the Coleman kid, that ball gets within 15 feet of him, he's catching it. So you really got to be in some good spots with that. And just, reflecting back to our theory and thoughts on the Blair Oaks game, was we just have to be in the right positions and continue to make them snap the ball. And it becomes probably a ball control offense for us, where we're going to try to stay in front of the chains, try to, keep that ball. And, probably the best defense against great athletes is keep them off the field. And, if we can keep their offense off the field, then I think it gives us a fighting chance.
Again, we're visiting with Steve Haag, head football coach at Mexico Bulldogs. And Coach, 2 p.m. on Saturday, what do you got between now and then? Obviously, fill your plate up, I hope, here with Thanksgiving coming up tomorrow. But with regards to football, well, when are you guys leaving? What's the plans here coming up until 2 p.m. on Saturday?
Yeah, there's a lot of we've talked to some coaches, and there's a lot of different theories. And when we sat down, we decided, we want to make sure that they have an opportunity to be with their family, and but also get our work in. And so today we got at it early, and we're out there about 2 hours. And then Thursday we're going to come in for just a light workout, and then they'll have the rest of the day off. And then we'll come in Friday in the afternoon and have a practice and do our team meal. And then Saturday we're going to leave we'll leave a little bit before 9. I think it's about a 2-hour trip. So that gives us a good amount of time to get down there and get adjusted and get ready to go. And hopefully last week's time, I think our guys had a little bit of time adjusting to it, because I don't think it's so much the 2 p.m. playing time. I think it's that they have to get ready at noon. And so when you start getting dressed and doing that, then your clock's off a little bit. So I think that last Saturday helped us out. So I think they'll be ready to go. And, of course, they're excited. As a coach, you got to try to reel them in to get those mental reps in there. But you also got to think back to what it was like as a 16, 17, 18-year-old and at this time in their life, and being in a game like this, and how exciting it is. And so, I'm just real happy with how they've been focused, and I like the energy. And, I think they like the challenge, and we know it's going to be a challenge. But hopefully we can go down there and show them a little bit about, what Mexico football is about.
You bet. Well, Coach, again, best of luck, and hopefully we'll get to visit again next week. And looking forward to this matchup, and was following along all season long to the Bulldogs. And I really appreciate you joining the show.
Thanks, Guy. I appreciate the coverage, and let us know if you need anything else.
All right. Good luck, Coach. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
All right. You're listening to the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Keep it right here.